Don't sleep on backing vocals. People think, well, just throw the backing vocals up and you're good. No, backing vocals need care. Backing vocals are often one of the coolest parts of songs. So don't sleep on backing vocals. So I'm going to bring this drive up, just do some stuff that I know is going to work before we get into it. That drive, I'm not going to push it as hard as we did on the lead vocal because we want the lead vocal to stand out. So it's going to have a lot more harmonic content with that drive. And you can see the character knob right here, which is this guy that's moving. I'm not going to push that up as high as I did on Emily's, which I had, I think, right around here. I'm going to leave this neutral so it only saturates part of the signal. I'm also going to use a slightly heavier handed compression because you want backing vocals to be a little more consistent. See, Emily, I had a 2-to-1 compression ratio. On Marina, I'm using a 3-to-1. And I would follow that regardless of which were, if Emily was singing backup and Marina was singing lead, I'd probably flip these settings too. Backing vocal, I'm kind of assigning like a mid-range attack and release because I want it to clamp down on some of that transient and hold on to it for a little bit. Whereas Emily's, let's jump back. You can see on hers, I had a slower attack speed because I wanted the initial transient of her voice to come through. And so you get kind of the attack and the character and the note. On Marina's voice on this part, I do want it to hit some of that transient and smooth it out so it sits in the mix and provides a foundation that Emily's singing over. But I don't want to take it, say down like this, where every word just gets clamped down and she sounds like a robot, because that's not good for anybody. So here we're going to go here in the middle. And now let's run this back. I'm going to create a loop on one of Marina's sections. Missed it. There we go. This is Marina's vocal here. So we're going to run this loop and get that compression working for us.
If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, you can call me up because you know I'll be there. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you.
Yep.
So don't be.
So now we're getting to where the vocal is sitting in the right spot. Now we need to EQ this thing. So let's run this back. We're going to start with the high and low cuts on the far left.
Makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear. You can call me up because you know I'll be there.
Get rid of that rumble.
I see your true colors.
High cut a little bit.
Through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid.
So the backing vocal, you want to leave a little room for the very top of the lead vocal's sparkle. It's sparkle. The highest frequencies, because that's where that kind of that sheen and that real pop kind of sound comes from. The backing vocal, you want to kind of leave, basically, if you're going to give something some room in the frequency spectrum, and you have another competing instrument or voice that can do the same thing, think about which one you want to have priority. In this case, it's going to be the lead. So you can see I shaved off just a little bit of that high end, and then we are gonna do a similar thing with this shelf that we did on Emily's on the EQ here. So you can see I'm rolling that frequency up, but I'm rolling it up higher because I don't want to have as much. And see, as I'm pulling this up, that low or that high cut gets pushed. So we're gonna probably pull that back down. Kind of gonna start fighting with it here. Let's listen. Let's find out.
If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, you can call me up because you know I'll be there. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be.
See, I had a plan. And I listened to it and immediately knew that plan was garbage. So look at the top end, the right-hand side of that EQ curve. So this is Marina, this is Emily. Now, Grant, we're not done with Marina's EQ yet, but look at the very top of that. You can see a big difference. Emily's extends up much higher than Marina's. Pretty interesting the way that works. So let's keep this going.
If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, you can call me up because you know I'll be there.
So Marina has her voice isn't quite as high as Emily's, and it has a little bit more body to it. But if you'll notice, the body's happening curiously in a higher range than where the body of Emily's voice sits. Again, kind of weird, but let's try to emphasize that part of her voice.
If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, you can call me up because you know I'll be there. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid. If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, you can call me up.
So you check that out. So Marina, the body of her voice is quite high for someone with as full of a voice as she has. To me, the body of the voice in her performance here is 0.7K, which 700 hertz is how most people would refer to that. Whereas Emily's, look at that, it's down at 250 hertz. That's crazy. I wouldn't have expected that at all. We're pulling out about 6 dB at 1.8 kilohertz on Marina, 2 kilohertz on Emily, kind of just getting rid of some of the kind of the more harsher vocal sounds with that, and then also clearing up some space between the body of the voice and then that sheen up top. But this is starting to sound really nice. So
if this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, you can call.
So let's get the level matched here.
No, I'll be there.
Yep.
True colors shining through.
There we go. Got it in the first try.
True colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid.
So that's kind of my first pass on the channel strip side of things. There's 2 more things we need to do.